In the first few seconds of this video, you will discover the secret to not letting what others think of you affect you. We'll talk about the influence other people's opinions have on our lives and how this directly impacts our mental, physical, and spiritual health. Inspired by Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, we'll explore practical ways to develop emotional self-sufficiency and stay focused on what truly matters. To begin, it's essential to understand that the desire for approval is natural. Since childhood, we've sought the acceptance and affection of others, and this is part of our social nature. However, when this need for acceptance crosses the line, we become dependent on others' opinions. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom is only achieved when we stop worrying about what others think. The first Stoic lesson in emotional self-sufficiency is focusing on what's within our control. According to Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, there are things that depend on us and things that do not. Other people's opinions fall into the latter category and are beyond our control. When you let these opinions define your self-esteem and actions, you're giving away your power to something you can't control. The secret, then, is to accept that we can't please everyone and focus only on our own attitudes. Another important point is the value of your opinion about yourself. Stoicism teaches us to be our own judges. This means developing a positive self-image, regardless of what others think. Emotional self-sufficiency comes from inner confidence that is built over time. Start observing your thoughts and actions and question if you're acting to please others or if you're being true to your own values and beliefs. In many cases, seeking approval is tied to the fear of rejection. This fear is natural, but Stoicism teaches us to face it differently. Instead of fearing rejection, Stoics see challenging situations as growth opportunities. When someone criticizes you, view it as a chance to reflect and, if necessary, improve. However, remember that others' criticism does not define who you are. Only you have the power to decide the importance you give these opinions. Practicing indifference is another powerful teaching of Stoicism. Indifference doesn't mean ignoring others or becoming cold and unfeeling. It means not letting other people's opinions dictate your happiness or self-worth. Marcus Aurelius, the famous Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, used to remind himself that others' opinions had no power over his mind. He believed that only he could decide what was important and what wasn't. By practicing indifference, you start protecting your mind and maintaining inner peace, regardless of what's happening around you. The next step to develop emotional self-sufficiency is to cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from adversity, and Stoicism is a philosophy that highly values this virtue. When you practice resilience, you learn to handle criticism and judgments from others without being shaken. View these moments as opportunities to strengthen your mind and become a more balanced person. A practical technique for strengthening your mind is meditation on mortality, a concept deeply present in Stoicism. By reflecting on life's brevity, you begin to realize that others' opinions hold little value in your personal journey. When we realize our time is limited, we start valuing what truly matters and ignoring what's irrelevant. This practice helps eliminate the need for external approval and focuses on what brings happiness and peace of mind. Another essential aspect is developing a solid value system. When you know what your values and principles are, it's easier to resist the pressure of others' opinions. Stoicism teaches us to live according to virtue, which involves qualities like courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. By following these values, you create a strong foundation for your decisions and actions, reducing the influence others have on you. Practicing self-inquiry is another powerful tool. Whenever you feel affected by what someone says, ask yourself why this opinion bothers you. Often, we find that discomfort arises from internal insecurity, not the opinion itself. By asking these questions, you get to know yourself better and identify areas where you need to work to become more emotionally independent. One of the biggest traps people face is comparison. Stoicism teaches us that each person has a unique journey with different challenges and achievements. Comparing yourself to others only breeds insecurity and unhappiness. Instead of focusing on what others have or think, focus on your own progress and personal growth. Remember that true happiness comes from within, not from others' approval. It's also essential to understand that others' judgments say more about them than about you. Everyone sees the world through their own lens, shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and emotions. Therefore, what someone thinks of you is simply a projection of that person's perceptions. When you understand this, it becomes easier not to be affected by others' opinions because you know they don't reflect who you truly are. Practicing gratitude is a great way to redirect your focus. Gratitude helps us value what we have and find satisfaction in our own lives, regardless of others' opinions. Whenever you feel affected by criticism or judgment, pause and remember the things you're grateful for. This helps change your perspective and strengthens your emotional self-sufficiency. In closing, I want to remind you that developing an unshakable mind is a continuous process. At Motivation You Need, we believe that by practicing these teachings from Stoicism, you can learn to free yourself from the need for external approval and live a fuller, more balanced life. If you want to keep strengthening your mind and emotional health, subscribe to the channel and follow our upcoming videos. Share this video with someone who needs to learn not to be swayed by what others think. Let's build a community of self-sufficient, resilient, and emotionally balanced individuals together. Until the next video, and remember, your happiness and peace of mind depend solely on you. Nothing can affect you unless you allow it.